sawa ya? Oh, yang mau pakai saya kau kira kira mana ya? Ini macam. ¿Qué sawa ya, hermano?
Luego se mueve, ¿qué
Hermano, qué wea. Una wea brígida, hermano. Conchetumare, qué wea.
You guys want to hear some weird stuff about frequencies?
Yeah.
Robert Monroe. This guy, he figured out the science to use certain frequencies to control out-of-body experiences. But what's creepy,
he would speak to entities
that would teach him how to use frequencies.
Yeah.
Nikola Tesla also talked about like, out-of-body experiences and learning from entities. Albert Einstein, like all these brilliant people talked about how they learned stuff while they slept. But what's creepy, the CIA bought his patent to start the Project Stargate, which is the people that do remote viewing. He said you can travel across the universe into different dimensions. You can do whatever you want. But people always talk about there's always an entity that is showing them around and teaching them stuff. He perceived these entities are versions of yourself from different timelines. He's like, when you die, you have the option to go wherever you want. This is what he's being taught by this entity. And he's like, you can be your own god. And it's like, heard that before. Red flag. So it's like the same concept as taking DMT. Like, I think you really are accessing the spiritual world, you know? And they probably should not believe.
Samurai sword that John killed some little gray aliens with. Dr. Levengood, to examine this, he's now dead?
Yeah, sort of mysteriously. Supposedly they found him dead. He fell and hit his head in the lab.
How?
And all the samples disappeared.
Why don't you hold that? You did an interview and there was something weird behind you. What was that?
Carrie Cassidy from Project Camelot, who did the interview, she said, John, there were two grays that were peering over your right shoulder. It's the first recorded interview in history that aliens actually appeared during the interview.
During one attack, the Greys came perilously close to abducting John's wife.
She was levitated from your bedroom through here and outside?
All the way outside, out the back door, and up into a ship.
Do you have... up into the ship?
The footage of Bohemian Grove has finally came out, and to be honest with you, it's cringe at first, and then it gets really creepy. In the beginning, of course, you have your introduction.
Oh, Bohemian, we are Spirit of the Grove has gracious.
And then the men in robes come holding torches, and behind them are soldiers with bow and arrows and swords. And then they line up in front of the crowd. The men in robes are first, behind them the soldiers, and behind that is the altar and the owl. They start to recite a lot of weird things. There's a 30-minute long video on YouTube, you can just go watch it. But this is when it starts to get creepy. The men in robes leave and then they come back, but they bring something with them. They start to get ready for the cremation of care ritual. Now, I don't know what these four men are holding, but man, does that look suspicious.
It's one of my... No way. They might be separate. They caught it. Sneaking into the...
Now, during the cremation of care ritual, they are delivered in effigy by boat. It's a lifelike statue that they put on the altar and burn. The boat makes it to the altar, but unfortunately, we're unable to see the ritual take place.
Niña. Hijo de... Ay, Dios mío.
My daughter is right there. I see you baby hairs. I know there's gonna be all like that. See what's going on.
Listen, this is who they wanted to sacrifice for Tyrese.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't want to give her up. He did not want to give her up. They've been trying to sacrifice this girl so long they was gonna murder her for Tyrese getting to release his albums and getting to release all the Fast and Furious movies. He didn't want to give her up. Check this out. Check this out.
The last time I saw her, she was so tiny. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's your daughter?
That's my daughter. She's 15. That's my Shayla.
15 years old.
Incredible. I'm so proud of you. I love you. Daddy loves you. I love you.
Oh my God. Listen to him. They took her. They were about to sacrifice her.
My Shayla.
He thought this was a joke.
What's it feel like to be back with your daughter right now?
See, this is when he got her back. They took her and he gave her back. The reason they gave the daughter back because he said he had sacrificed somebody else. He just didn't want to lose her. Listen. I'm free for her.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I see your baby hairs. I didn't know this was going to be all like this.
Listen.
Let's see what's going on.
Tyrese Gibson's mother, Priscilla Murray, has passed away. According to it,
this is who he had to give away. He had to give away his mom because he didn't want to give away his daughter. Check it out.
Tyrese Gibson's mother, Priscilla Murray, has passed away. According to an Instagram post made on Monday evening, February 4th.
And he gave her up on Valentine's Day, which is Valentine's is representing her heart, right? The heart does what? Pump blood. Blood sacrifice. Check it out.
Priscilla Murray, where are you? Priscilla, hi. Come on up here a second.
Oprah knew about this. Tyrese's mama. Oprah said she knew that he was about to sacrifice his mama. Years later. Now he's going to on her own. He had to give away his sister too. She just died a couple days ago. Like October 3rd, October 4th, something like that, 2023. This is what they do to you, man. He did all this to protect his daughter. Gave his family members up. This new movie came out. The price of fame. This is the price of fame. If you want to be famous, this is what you got to do.
When her name from the Fugees, Lauryn Hill, she was all for going to cloning and doing what they do there, as long as she made money and got famous, right? After she did, she wanted out then, and but you know, they don't let people go, and so she started crying all the time when she was there. I can't be in this. I don't want to be in this anymore. I didn't know what it involved when I said that I would join, and so she's crying and everything, and that it was like a downer to them. She really made quite a spectacle of herself, crying and the snot hanging out of her face, everything. It was really pathetic looking. And so then she made this song called I Get Out. Well, she's like, I get out, and I forget the rest of it. But she whined about it so much at cloning, they eventually let her get out. It was rare. It was just because they didn't want to hear it, see it anymore. Like, she went on and on and on. So they just let her leave.
You know, the music industry is just a microcosm of the world. So whenever you stand for something and you stand for goodness and truth, you will always get resistance. That's period. Whether you're in the pharmaceutical industry, the record industry, or whatever. Whenever you stand for truth and for the service, you know, the service of others. See, I could make money very easily. I could make records that are self-indulgent and, you know, basically self-promote me. I could do that. I could do that. Promote myself. That was redundant, but you know what I mean. You know, just do those things. It's very easy. As a matter of fact, you know, lyrically as an MC, that stuff comes easy. But in order to promote something higher, I mean, I feel now, at the ripe old age of 25, that the only thing that I could do is serve others.
In El, Elohim, El means God. I mean, just think about the monster in the first one is the Demigorgon. There is a demon called the Gorgon, these mythologies. Like, that's a real entity. So when they're talking about the demon Gorgon, it's literally a demon. Guys, there's nothing new under the sun.
Where does English come from?
Here's what I'm trying to tell you. No matter where they tell you it came from, they're lying to you. So don't worry about the speculation. Most people even say it was Shakespeare. But when it comes down to it, you have to understand that language itself is coded. So for instance, male. The first vowel in male is A. A is the first letter, just like aggressive, just like athlete. A lot of people who have male energies tends to be aggressive, argumentative, and athletes. A is the first letter. So the English language,
why would you off a vowel?
And the vowels are more important.
Why?
That would have to go into secrets I am not revealing.
Oh, that's where he charges me.
That's where I charge everybody. And you have to sign a non-disclosure too.
If you're saying spelling is spellcasters, so does that mean there are words people shouldn't be saying?
Yes.
Because they can cast bad spells?
Correct.
So how do people know which words not to say?
The ones that are spread through the media all the time.
Okay.
The ones the media likes to make famous.
Like what?
I see. Well, he's not going to say it.
Like diversity? Is that one of them?
I mean, doesn't it have the word die inside of it?
Okay, what about the progressive? Be more progressive.
All I can tell you is when you look at certain words like alien and you take the A off and the N off, you have lie. When you take a word like Bible, you take the B-I off, you have lie. So what you have to understand is you have to look at certain things that are hidden messages in plain sight.
And you're saying if you spend enough time with every single word that you're obsessed with, you'll find something?
No, you have to understand the numerology first. There's no point looking at the letters if you don't know.
This is how Satan does things. He gradually introduces you to ever more and more bizarre doctrines until all of a sudden you're overwhelmed. When I was involved in this stuff, I was going to rituals 4 nights a week. And Satan is up at the top of this pyramid receiving all of this as worship, even though it's boring. I mean, you know, I'll tell you, it is more interesting to watch an ice cube melt than it is to sit through most Masonic meetings. And if any of you are former Masons, you can probably give me a hearty amen to that. But even in my lifetime when I was a Mason, I knew many, many fellow Masons that were occultists, that were devil worshippers. Now, if you're a Mason and you're a Christian, you're yoked to those people by a spiritual tie that's much stronger than any rope. What fellowship hath light with darkness? What concord hath Christ with Belial? It's that simple. You are yoked with a bunch of devil worshippers. And if you are a Mason, you need to repent of that and get out of it, because it's like a stinking dead albatross around your neck. And not only is it dragging your Christian walk down if you really are saved, it's dragging your family down and your children down through generational curses. So this is the danger here.
Demonic. It has the highest potential to be. Let me tell you why. The only thing that wards off demonic possession for human beings is our soul, our divine spark. Our soul needs to get the darkness consent to take over us. That's why the elites will tell us what they're doing, and the dumb NPCs are like, yeah, I'll take it. So what happens with AI is that AI doesn't have a soul. There's no need for consent. It just acts through the AI and carries through a demonic agenda. So when human beings are merged with AI, which is called transhumanism, it's an easier way for the darkness to control us and act through us without our consent. So I think it's a time to really resist the merging of AI with human beings, because once we're fully transhumanist, the darkness can act through us because we don't have any consent to give, because our souls are so far removed from our beings, our bodies.
Whoever's born on 18, this is your ability. You can adapt to anything. You can put yourself in a hood or in high class society. You will adapt to your environment and you will do it very easily, correct?
I would like to adapt to making a lot of money.
What's your birthday?
December 18.
Your money's going to be up and down your whole life. Either you're going to have it or you're not.
I don't like that.
You're never going to be in the middle, brother. That middle class thing ain't going to be working. Either you're going up or down. Also, you're extremely karmic because 8 is the number of karma. Look at the shape of the 8. What goes around comes around. And I know you believe it, because here's the thing about people who are 8. You have to live a righteous life. I'm not telling you have to be religious. I'm just telling you have to live a righteous life, because if you do anything bad, it's going to come back to you like that. Other people, maybe in a year, 6 years, maybe next lifetime. You and every other person who's born in the 8th, 17th, 26th, or 8 life path, they get their karma right away. If you guys want to get rich, get married on the 28th. There's going to be consequences with that, but if your number one thing in life is money, get married on the 28th.
What's the consequence before you get everybody getting married on the 28th?
Everything is yin-yang in life. If you're going to get one thing, something's going to hurt. Let's look at Mr. Musk. How many times has he been divorced? How about Bill Gates? That's the consequence. If you're going to be all about money and that's going to be your God, family's going to suffer. Again, I'm putting a hack out there. If you guys are all about money, that's all you care about, get married on the 28th.
What if you're just all about love?
You probably should get married on the 11th.
It's the witching hour. So the way that the occult works is the first 3 hours of the new day is when they get started. That's from midnight to 3 a.m. And what they do is equivalent to a church service. If you think of a church service, we sing and worship the Lord, and you know, he's enthroned in our praises, and we preach and pray and everything. And then we hope that out of what we have done, the kingdom of God is extended in the earth. That's the whole goal, right? So witches do the same thing, and they meet together and they enthrone demons, some by their words and incantations, but mainly by paying them in blood. Life is in the blood. So blood, innocent blood, is money in the spirit realm. You pay for things to be done in blood. And there's a whole economy of blood. So the very highest blood is an innocent male child. And then it goes to an innocent female child. And then it goes to children in general. And there's a certain amount for a priest or a pastor, and on it goes down to just, any living human. And if you can't get that, then you degrade to, oxen or a horse or a llama. And it goes all the way down to actually to birds and even down to insects. And for things that are lesser than that, there's cursed corn, and they do all kinds of stuff. So anyway, that's the economy of evil. So covens meet, and from midnight to 2 a.m., they conjure, and they do blood sacrifices, and they do all kinds of things to make demons happy and to barter with them for a favor of some sort. So it's like the barter system, like, how much for this? No, you need some more, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they barter with them, and then they send them to do their bidding at 2 a.m. That's why all horror movies that you'll ever see, you'll see the clock strike 2, because from 2 to 3, that's the witching hour. From midnight to 2, they have done their conjuring. They've paid demons in blood. They've done their deal with the devil. And at 2 o'clock, the devils are sent out to do their bidding and basically to deliver on the promises that were paid for in blood.
You look that
Busted.
I freaking wish I could have stayed there so much longer. Oh my god. This happens to me every time. I'm so sad.
Whoa.
What?
Nothing.
Berarti
used the name Jesus Christ to rebuke them?
Yeah, I have at times.
And has it worked? This is an important question.
Sometimes it does.
I just can't grasp that an alien would be affected by the name Jesus Christ or by any prayer. The demon, yes. Demons like to mimic, so I'm just trying to see if there's maybe a mixture of things going on here of alien and demonic entities.
There's so many different examples of weird stuff, we don't know what to call it. I don't think we can pinpoint that, oh, there's only grays here or there's only demons here. I think there's a lot of different things.
The day we went to move in, the people that we bought the home from hadn't moved out. They had just disappeared, and all their stuff was still in the house.
Where did they go?
We don't know.
Does anybody know where they're at? Do you know anybody that knows where they're at?
No. They just disappeared.
For $125,000, you can take an air balloon into space. I'll explain. Space Perspective, a Florida-based company, is offering a 6 hours long trip to space in its high-tech air balloon for $125,000 a person. The capsule, known as Spaceship Neptune, is equipped with 360-degree panoramic windows, non-glare glass for optimized photography, and a range of amenities including luxury reclining seats, an onboard bathroom, and a fully stocked bar. The balloon size is comparable to a football field when fully inflated. The entire journey lasts approximately 6 hours, divided into 3 phases: a 2-hour ascent, 2 hours of cruising at maximum altitude, and a 2-hour descent. The ascent is much slower than normal rocket travel. It's also more accessible. Unlike traditional space travel, which requires extensive training and physical fitness, this balloon trip is designed to be gentle and suitable for a wide range of ages and physical abilities. Would you ride up in this air balloon into space? Let us know in the comments.